What if the most famous killer in America was never caught? Not because he was smarter than everyone, but because he was never suspected. What if the police questioned him, looked directly at him, and still let him walk away? In the late 1960s, America wasn't just hunting a murderer. It was being challenged, through letters, through codes, through fear. He didn't hide his name. He chose one, the Zodiac Killer. More than 50 years later, his identity remains one of the darkest unsolved mysteries in American history. December 1968, Northern California. A quiet night, a parked car, two teenagers. By morning, both were dead. Police believed it was tragic, but ordinary. No witnesses, no suspects, no clear motive, until months later. Another couple was attacked, and suddenly, the pattern became impossible to ignore. Someone was watching, someone was waiting. July 1969, 3 major newspapers received letters on the same day. Each letter confessed to the murders. Each letter included strange symbols, a code. The writer made a demand. Publish the code, or more people will die. At the bottom of the letter was a signature, not a real name, a symbol, and one word, Zodiac. America panicked. The code was printed in newspapers across the country. Students tried to solve it, teachers tried to solve it. Families sat around dinner tables trying to solve it. Finally, a school teacher and his wife cracked the code. People expected an apology. They expected regret. They were wrong. The message wasn't about guilt. It was about power, about control, about enjoying fear. California changed overnight. Couples stopped going out at night. Parents warned their children. Police patrols doubled, and the Zodiac kept writing. More letters arrived. Some mocked the police. Some corrected newspapers. Some included details only the killer could know. He didn't just want to kill. He wanted to be remembered. He wanted fame. Police chased dozens of leads. Different departments struggled to work together. Technology was limited. Mistakes were made. At one crime scene, police even spoke to a man nearby. But by the time they realized something was wrong, the Zodiac was gone. Eventually, one suspect became famous. Arthur Lee Allen. He lived near the crime scenes. He owned weapons. People close to him reported disturbing behavior. Police questioned him again and again. Many believe he was the Zodiac. But belief is not proof. No fingerprints matched. No handwriting matched perfectly. No evidence was strong enough for court. And then, the letters stopped. No more threats, no more codes. The Zodiac vanished. Some believe he died. Some believe he was arrested for another crime. Some believe he simply stopped. Decades later, modern computers cracked more of his codes. They proved the letters were real. They proved the killer was real. But they did not give a name. So who was the Zodiac Killer? A criminal genius, or just an ordinary man? A neighbor, a coworker, someone trusted. The Zodiac didn't lose. He disappeared. And that is why this case still haunts America. Because the truth may not be buried, it may be hiding, in plain sight. On a cold February night in 2004, a young woman vanished in rural America. No blood, no witnesses, no clear explanation. Her name was Maura Murray. She was 21 years old. A college student, quiet, intelligent, and deeply stressed. On February 9th, Maura emailed her professors. She said there had been a family emergency. She would be gone for a few days. That was a lie. She packed her car. With clothes, with textbooks, with alcohol. And she started driving north. No one knows exactly where she was going. She didn't book a hotel. She didn't tell friends. She didn't tell family. Late that night, her car crashed on a dark road in New Hampshire. A local bus driver stopped to help. Maura said she had already called roadside assistance. She hadn't. The bus driver drove away and called the police. When officers arrived, the car was there. Maura was not. She had vanished in less than 10 minutes. No footprints leading away. No signs of a struggle. No evidence of another vehicle. Just her car. Her belongings. And silence. Search teams arrived. Dogs tracked her scent. It stopped. In the middle of the road. As if she had gotten into another car. Or disappeared completely. Police questioned locals. They searched forests. They searched rivers. Nothing. Days passed. Then weeks. Then years. Some believe Maura ran away to start a new life, but she left behind her bank account, her phone, her future. Some believe she was picked up by the wrong person, at the wrong time, on the wrong road, but no witness ever came forward. Others believe she wandered into the woods, confused, injured, and died from exposure, but no body has ever been found. Her family never stopped searching. Her father returned to the area again and again, putting up flyers, asking questions, begging for answers. Online communities formed. Theories exploded. Every detail was analyzed. Every mistake was debated, but the truth stayed hidden. Years later, new searches were conducted. New tips were investigated. Did she choose to disappear? Or did someone make that choice for her? More than 20 years later, her case remains one of the most haunting, unsolved disappearances in American history. Because a person does not simply vanish, unless someone helps them, or unless the truth is still waiting to be found. On a warm April night in 2006, a young man walked into a bar in Ohio and never walked out. His name was Brian Shaffer. He was 27 years old, a medical student, popular, outgoing, and days away from starting a new chapter in his life. On March 31st, Brian went out drinking with friends at a crowded bar called the Ugly Tuna Saloon. Security cameras recorded everything. Brian was seen entering the bar, laughing, talking, smiling. But there is one thing the cameras never recorded: Brian leaving. The bar had only one public exit, and that exit was covered by cameras. Every person who entered was seen leaving, except Brian. His friends assumed he had gone home. They left. Brian never answered his phone again. When the bar closed, staff searched the building. No sign of him. Police reviewed the footage again and again. Brian entered the bar at 9:57 p.m. After that, he vanished. No camera showed him exiting. No witness remembered seeing him leave. No trace of him was ever found. His phone never pinged. His bank accounts were never used. His credit cards stayed silent. Police considered every theory. Did he sneak out through a hidden exit? There was no hidden exit. Did he fall into a construction site nearby? Nothing was found. Did he meet someone inside the bar? No one reported anything suspicious. Some believe Brian planned to disappear. He had recently lost his mother. He was under pressure, but he left behind his car, his money, his family, his future career. Others believe foul play happened inside the bar, but with hundreds of people present, no evidence ever surfaced. Years passed. The case went cold. His father searched relentlessly, appearing on television, asking strangers for help. Then, another tragedy. Brian's father died in a freak accident. Still, no answers. To this day, Brian Shaffer has never been seen again. No remains, no confirmed sightings, no explanation. He entered a crowded bar, surrounded by people, under surveillance cameras, and vanished. Which raises one chilling question: how does someone disappear? In front of everyone, without anyone noticing? And if it could happen to him, could it happen to anyone? On a rainy afternoon in November 1971, a man boarded a flight in Portland, Oregon. He wore a dark suit, a white shirt, a black tie. He looked ordinary. His name, according to the ticket, was Dan Cooper. No one knew that within hours, he would become a legend. Shortly after takeoff, the man handed a note to a flight attendant. The note said he had a bomb. Inside his briefcase, wires and red sticks were visible. He was calm, polite, almost friendly. He made a demand: $200,000 in cash. For parachutes. No police tricks, no resistance. The plane landed in Seattle. The money was delivered. The parachutes were delivered. Passengers were released unharmed. The man ordered the plane back into the air. Destination unknown. At 10,000 feet, in the middle of a storm, over dark forests, the man did something impossible. He opened the rear stairs of the plane and jumped into the night, into the rain, into nothing. He vanished. No body was found. No parachute was recovered. The FBI launched one of the largest investigations in American history. Hundreds of suspects Thousands of interviews, nothing. Some believed he died on impact. But years later, bundles of the ransom money were found buried near a river, not spent, not destroyed, buried, which raised a terrifying possibility. He survived. The man became known as D.B. Cooper, the only person in history to hijack a commercial airplane, take the money, and disappear forever. Decades passed, technology improved. New suspects were named, old theories collapsed. Still no proof. In 2016, the FBI officially closed the case. Not because it was solved, but because it wasn't. To this day, no one knows who D.B. Cooper really was. A criminal mastermind, a lucky survivor, or a man who vanished with $200,000 and never looked back. One flight, one jump, one mystery, and one question that still remains: did D.B. Cooper escape? Or did the sky keep his secret forever?